Welcome to Legacy Education. Today we're reviewing a case involving the coding of burns for the ICD-10 CM code set. This case review is designed to help you think critically through the documentation, apply your accurate ICD-10 CM codes, and then reinforce the guidelines that support your code choices. Take your time, review the details very carefully, and consider how each part of the case informs the final coding. So let's dive in. Here we have a 35-year-old male that presents to the emergency department after a kitchen grease fire accident. The provider documents that there is a second-degree burn, partial thickness, of the right forearm, third-degree burns of the right hand, which are full thickness, including multiple fingers, and a first-degree burn of the neck. The provider performs initial wound care, debridement of necrotic tissue on the hand, and applies dressings. This is the initial encounter for the burns. The first step is to identify the conditions that are present. For this case, we have burns on multiple anatomic locations with multiple severities. We have a second-degree burn on the right forearm. Next, we have a third-degree burn located on the right hand and middle fingers. And then lastly, we have a first-degree burn located on the neck. Now that we have identified the burns, we want to turn to our alphabetic index within the ICD-10 CM manual to the main term burn. Pause this recording now if you need a moment to flip to the main term burn. Don't worry, we're going to look up the codes now and worry about sequencing towards the end. Now, let's find the entry for the second-degree burn located on the right forearm. As you can see, the entry within the alphabetic index under burn is quite large. So take a moment to locate the entry for burn, then forearm. Under forearm, we need to locate the entry for laterality, which is for the right. And then we need to locate for the severity of the burn, which is your second degree. This gives us code T22.211 that we should verify within the tabular list and expand to the highest specificity. Make sure to pause the recording if you need additional time to locate this code in the tabular list. Once back at the tabular, we will see code T22.211 for burn of second degree of the right forearm. We see that there is a 7th character alert symbol, indicating that we will also need to apply a 7th character in order for it to be a valid code. So where do we find that 7th character? We need to step backwards through the subcategories and go to the category if necessary to find the list of applicable 7th characters. We can see at the subcategory T22.21, there is not a list of 7th characters. And the same with T22.2. There is no list of applicable 7th characters. So now we need to go back to category T22. Now that we have found category T22, we see the list of applicable 7th characters. So let's talk for a moment about these applicable 7th characters. 7th character A for the initial encounter will be used when the condition is actively being treated. 7th character D for the subsequent encounter will be used when the condition is in the healing phase. And 7th character S for sequela will be used when the condition has healed and there is a late effect of that condition. For instance, after a burn has healed and there is scar tissue present, the scar tissue will be the sequela of the burn. Now, you can always find these definitions within your ICD-10 CM guidelines for the chapter-specific coding guidelines for Chapter 19. So the guideline is IC19A. Now, let's go back to the scenario for just a moment. For the second-degree burn on the right forearm, the provider is actively treating the patient since they are performing the initial wound care and then applying the dressings. Therefore, this would be the initial encounter. So this will give us code T22.211A for the burn of the second degree of the right forearm initial encounter. Now, let's take a look for the code for the third degree burn of the right hand, including multiple fingers. Same process. Let's find the term burn in the alphabetic index. Under burn, you should locate the entry for hand. Pause the recording if needed. Under hand, there are a few things to consider. Within the index, you'll see that there is an entry for finger. Since our scenario indicates that the burn is on the hand and includes burns on the fingers, we will need two codes to accurately describe this entire burn. One for the burn on the hand, and then a second for the burns on the fingers. Since we are already at the hand entry, let's locate that code first, and then we'll revisit the finger codes in just a moment. The burns are on the right, so we will go down to the sub-entry for right. And these are third degree burns, so we should go to the tabular and verify and expand code T23.301. The description for code T23.301 is burn of third degree of right hand, unspecified site. Since the burn of the hand does not specify whether it is the back of the hand or the palm, we should use the unspecified site. Now, let's locate the list of appropriate characters. Like the previous burn on the forearm, the list of seventh characters is not listed at your subcategory levels, so we have to go back to that category T23. The same options are available, and since we are actively treating the burns, we will choose seventh character A. The code selection should be T23.301A. Now, let's go back and find the code for the third degree burns of the fingers. Remember, the index tells us to see burn finger. So let's go there now. Take a moment and pause this recording to find that entry. Since the scenario indicated that multiple fingers were involved, we need to locate the subentry for multiple sites. Now, be careful with this next subentry. If you notice the levels of indentation, the first one is for with thumb. You want to skip this entire subentry and not use the right under this level of indentation. Instead, you want to choose the right at the same level of indentation as with thumb. This entry will represent burns of multiple fingers that do not include the thumb. Then we need to go to identify the severity, which is the third degree. So now let's verify and expand code T23.331. Code T23.331 is for burn of third degree of multiple right fingers and nails, not including the thumb. We need a seventh character, so let's look at category T23. Again, we have the same seventh characters, so we will choose for the initial encounter, seventh character A, for the active treatment. So for this, we will code T23.331A. Now, let's add the codes for the burns to the hand and fingers to the list. Next, we need to find the code for the first degree burn of the neck. So let's go back to the burn in alphabetic index once again. Find the subentry for neck. And this is for a first degree. Now let's go verify and expand T20.17. T20.17 is for a burn of first degree of neck. Next, we need to find our applicable seventh character. We don't see the list at the subcategory level, So let's go back to our category T20. And once again, we are actively treating the burn, so we will use 7th character A for the initial encounter. Our code is T20.17XA. For this code, we need to use the placeholder X since T20.17 is only 5 characters, and that 7th character must be in the 7th position. So let's review the codes that we have. T22.211A for the 2nd degree burn on the right forearm, T23.301A for the 3rd degree burns of the right hand, T23.331A for the 3rd degree burns of the right fingers, and then lastly T20.17XA for the 1st degree burn of the neck. When you have multiple burns, you should always check your guidelines for sequencing. So let's go do that now. Guideline IC19D1A states that you should sequence first the code that reflects the highest degree of burn when there is more than one burn present. So let's go back to our scenario. We have 3rd degree burns, 2nd degree burns, and 1st degree burns. So we should sequence them in descending order. 3rd degree first, followed by your 2nd degree, ending with the 1st degree. There's one last thing to consider. When the information is given as to how the burns occurred, codes should be assigned for your external causes. For this instance, we have that the burn resulted from a grease fire in a kitchen. So we will go to the external cause of injuries index and look for the main term burn. Now, we're not coding for the condition of the burn. Here, we're coding for how the burn happened. After locating burn in the external cause index, you'll want to locate the subentry for hot. Underneath hot, then you should find the subentry for oil. This gives us code X10.2. Now, let's go to the tabular to verify and expand. Code X10.2 is for contact with fats and cooking oils. Since this was a grease fire in a kitchen, then this would be appropriate. Now, let's decide on our appropriate 7th character. Since we are actively treating for the burns, the same rules apply. So we should choose 7th character A. 2 placeholders are necessary when we only have 4 characters. Therefore, our code should be X10.2XXA. So now let's go add that code to the rest of the codes for this scenario. We should have a total of 5 codes. Let's recap those one last time. T23.301A for the 3rd degree burn of the right hand. T23.331A for the 3rd degree burn of multiple fingers. T22.211A for the 2nd degree burn of the right forearm. T20.17XA for the 1st degree burn of the neck. And then lastly, X10.2XXA for the contact with hot cooking oil for the kitchen grease fire. Do you have any questions about this scenario? Comment below and we'll get back with you shortly. Make sure to share this example with your friends and subscribe to our channel so that you can be notified of any future videos that are published. Thanks. Have a great day.